everyone. So today we will learn about DD command line tool. So basically in computer forensic we use that tool for evidence collection. We basically, if you have access to suspect's hard disk, or let's say even a pen drive or any storage drive or hardware, then usually a DD command and different derivatives of DD command, like modern patched version of DD command like dc3dd and dcfdd. So these command line tools are very helpful. So basically they like clone whatever whichever input you gave them, and they can even like convert those input image file to some another format. So let's see. So basically for this demo I will be cloning my pen drive. So I have one 8 GB pen drive. I also recommend you people to basically go with smaller partition or smaller size pen drive, basically because it will take a lot of time if you basically go right with 32 GB pen drive or 64 GB pen drive, or you basically what actually in real life what computer forensic investigator does. So he basically applies this command line tool on actual hard disk partitions, right? And we know hard disk partitions are of like 500 GB, 1 TB. So basically size of hard disk, right? So obviously it takes time. You can imagine that. So for demo, I have selected one 8 GB pen drive, and I will be doing this in Kali Linux. You can do that in Sans SIFT virtual machine. I will go with Kali Linux because many of you are familiar with it. And basically, remember you have to your pen drive should be detected in Kali Linux. If you are using virtual machine, VirtualBox, then do check whether you have, I will say, in USB, whether your pen drive is visible. Else you just have to click here and you will see your pen drive, and you should add that. Don't forget this. And I will just power on my machine. If you have if you install if you are using Kali Linux directly on bare metal hardware, then you don't need any of such thing because it will directly detect that pen drive. If you are not using any virtualization software or any hypervisor. So it is booting. What I can do is I will delete this previous. Actually, I have like practice tapes, so these are previous output. I will delete those. This is also one hash copy. Now remember one thing what I said in USB, just go to VirtualBox. If you are using virtual machine, then VMware virtual machine, then VMware hypervisor, I will say. Then there are settings for that too, but I'm using Oracle VirtualBox. So if you are, so I am only familiar with VirtualBox settings. So go to devices, then go to USB and check whether your pen drive it has a tick mark, right? Now basically now we can even check whether it is detected by your Kali Linux or not. So I will go with first. I will okay. So there is one command fdisk s. Okay, so this is the actual command. I will give all such. There are only 3 or 4 commands in this whole demo, so I can even share them in description. No need to worry. What I mean here is, yes, my pen drive is detected. You can see here cruiser blade. Basically, it is SanDisk cruiser blade pen drive. and it is of total 8 GB size. We know it's means less than or every, so we have 7.27 GB user addressable memory in that. That word is important, user addressable. Now okay, so pen drive is here. Now let's say I want to clone my uh, this pen drive, right? Now remember one thing, the important part is the name by which it is mounted on your Kali. So basically here it has this name, and these are my actually these three are my internal, or I will say my Kali Linux partitions, right? You can see size, right? So they have this unique naming, I will say nomenclature. Here the pen drive has this SDB, right? Now I will go with first command. Okay, I will just control L. Now let's go with our first command, and so uh, so okay, it was first of all I dd is pre-installed in Kali Linux, in every Linux I will say, in Kali Linux and even in Sans SIFT virtual machine. So you don't have to like worry about the installation, it's already installed in your machine, so we can directly use it. So dd input file, and let's say what was my pen drive's name, slash dev sdb, right? So slash dev sdb, right? Now we have to mention the block size, so I will go with 4096, and the output file, the location of output file, so let's say I will keep that in the home folder, home directory COP, and let's say on desktop, and the name of file. Now I will say that it will be say DDA, and no, I can't take this name, it will confuse you later on. I will say first image dot dd, fine. Okay, and there are some other options you should mention. I will say one is no error. So basically, if there is any bad sector or bad block, right? So this command will stop there if you don't mention this. If you mention this, then it won't stop. If there is an error in reading certain data block, it will just simply skip that and go for next data blocks. So do mention that. And also there is one sync option, it's for synchronized IO and all. Don't worry, just enter those. And one important option is status equal to progress. This is actually quite important, don't forget it, definitely. Now this is actually our command. I will run it. Okay, so it's executing. See, I'm not sure how much actually RAM and CPU I gave to my Kali Linux. I have given 4 GB RAM and 2 CPU cores to this. Okay. Still, remember, for 8 GB pen drive, first I will say cloning one 8 GB pen drive, see how much time it will take. That's why I told you to choose small pen drive or to choose small partition, or basically I will say if you don't have permit, I will say this is running, so I will show you, I will tell you some important thing. So let's say if your pen drive is not detected, right, in VirtualBox, then what you can do is you can create one partition. See, you have 29 GB, so you might have like 30 GB, 40 GB, whichever like size main primary, I will say, partition you have, then just create one another partition, let's say of 9 GB, right? Then it will come here like slash dev slash sd, it will give some name to it, and then that 8 GB partition you can use for this command line. Okay, remember one thing. But I will say, don't just play with partitions of Kali Linux. If you are not sure how to do this, just go with this simple pen drive. Just plug pen drive and that's it. So it's taking some time. It will take some time. See, only 2 GB is done. Even I have given, as I told you, I have given it, 2 cores, 4 GB RAM, but still it takes time. And that's the reason why this is actually not used too much. I think this command line, this command, this tool was developed in, I think, 90s, early 2000. Okay, so it's quite old, it's too old. So there is no, like, there is nothing which can like improve the speed of this. So what basically they came up with, new tools which are like patched version of this. So they came up with dcfldd. This is one another tool, and there is another third tool, I will say, dc3dd. So execution is completed. Now let's see. I have stored the output in desktop, so there will be a output file in desktop, and you can see the size of the disk image file is 7.3 GB. So basically my whole pen drive is copied in this disk image file. So this is one basic dd command line tool example. Now I will go with one more same dd line commands example. Okay, so let me delete that file, because why, I have not allocated too much space to my virtual hard disk in Kali Linux. So basically I will delete this, or rather I will keep it. I will show you the hash values later on for, the result of this command, and the hash value of this image file should match with the output a disk image file of my next command line's hash. Okay, I know it sounds crazy, but wait. Mm, no, I don't need to open the terminal. So uh, I will okay, I will just clear the previous screen. Okay, now I will be executing one second command. Now this time we will find the hash value of the created disk image. Okay, remember the hash value in forensic science or computer forensic domain. Hash value plays a very crucial role. It is basically an key for validation of your evidence. So remember the hash value. Now I will calculate hash value during, basically, now there is in dd the output of the dd command. Let me just type it first. So I will copy the previous, we'll say, command, and okay, fine. Okay, so this is our previous command. Now remember, I want to calculate hash of it. So I will do pipe character. If you don't know about this syntax, basically the output of one will be given as input to the next command. Now I will use t, and I will store this image file. So let's say I give a name as image, what you can see, second image, second img is short extension. Okay, second image dot dd. Okay, now I will again use the same command, a Linux character, and I will use one command, md5 sum. You can even calculate sha256 sum. I will go with md5. So now I will store that file means the I want that hash file in some text file, right? The hash value in text file. So I will keep that on desktop also. Desktop hash, second hash, I will say second image hash dot txt. Fine. Second image hash dot txt and enter. And okay, it will again, it will take the same time as the time required for execution of this command will be more than equal to the previous one, because we are doing basically the same. Only difference is we are calculating MD5 sum in the same command. Now what I want to do, that I want to once this execute, right, there will be one file on desktop. Now there will be one hash value, right? Now I will, what can I do? Still this is right executing. I will open one terminal. Okay, here I will calculate hash of that previous file. Which one? This one. I will calculate hash value of first image dot dd. Fine. So where am I? Sudo su. Fine. Desktop. Okay. Fine. First image. So now I will calculate the MD5 sum for this previous command lines output, right? So MD5 sum and slash home slash slash desktop slash first image dot dd. Okay, so it will calculate MD5 sum. Obviously, do keep one thing in mind. If you are using MD5 sum here, then you should use MD5 sum here. If you are using SHA-256, then here also you calculate SHA-256. I mean, hashing algorithm should be same, right? That's basic thing. And it will take some time. Okay, so it has calculated the hash value, right? I will keep this terminal open, so, and I will wait till this command gets executed. This command is also executed successfully, and in this text file our hash value will be stored. So we will open that. Okay, so this is the hash value of the second command lines output disk image file, right? Now I will compare this with the previous one. So in this we calculated, right, this is the first command we executed and we got this disk image file, right, this first image dot dd, and we also calculated hash of this image in terminal. So this is the hash of the first image, and this hash should match with the second calculated hash. So you can see both of these hash are matching. So we can verify our gathering or our images and authenticity and integrity of our images. So this was the second application of DD, and I will go and I will show you the next command. Okay, so now I will show you logical acquisition. So what logical acquisition means, you are not actually cloning or creating image of a whole disk drive. So in my case, I'm not cloning the whole part of my pen drive. What I mean is, suppose I am interested in data from certain block, right? And so I only want the certain amount of data blocks to be part of my image file. I don't want whole physical acquisition, right? Previous two commands we basically do we cloned the whole our whole pen drive, right? Now I don't want that. I wanted selected blocks, right? So you can do that using dd. So again dd If usually some part is like remains common, I will just then copy paste that. Input file and all that always remains common. I mean for this demo. Okay, what happened? Okay, I got it. Oh, actually, it executed too much. It executed too fast actually. So let me clear this and I let me actually delete this. It actually created this. So I want to tell you I want to explain you command. That's why I deleted the output, newly generated output. So dd, and I will type it manually. It's fine. Okay. So in logical acquisition, okay, so in logical acquisition command, what is most important is where is my cursor? Okay, that's fine. So slash dev slash std, my pen drive will be input file, and then block size I will keep it 4096, fine, and then I will go with count 60. I will explain you everything. Skip equal to 10,000, let's say, or I'm interested in 1 lakh, right? Okay, so basically what a skip will do is it will skip number of blocks. So suppose it will it will start cloning from the 1 lakh first, right? So till this block number it won't create image file, so it is skipping from this much blocks, right? Now I will go usual option, right? So output file will be on home, desktop, and let's say the file name, I will say selected image, and selected image my my PD, right? Let's say, and extension will be .dd, and the no error and sync. So no error sync, and status equal to progress. Fine, status equal to progress. Okay, basically this command executes fast, that's why I deleted previous output. Okay, so you can see here it records in, records out and all. See here I am doing this skip blindly. Remember one thing, when you are working on actual evidence, or you have access to actual suspects hard drive, pen drive, or any storage drive, then during logical acquisition, during this type of acquisition, you usually know from where to start. I am doing blindly right here, but you might be knowing at from this block, or there are tools for that also. So once you know I'm interested from this block and the data, rest of data, then you can use this command and use these options, right? So we have stored this on desktop. So okay, so on desktop you can see the file size is 245 KB, right? It is not 7.6 GB or 7.26 GB, right? This is the reason actually, because I have skipped a lot of blocks and it has only cloned very few blocks at, so you are seeing this much file size. So this was one example of logical acquisition using dd command, dd tool. Now we will see one advanced version of dd imaging, or I will say command line tool. So we will learn now dcfldd command. So dcfldd command. So for that, basically it is not pre-installed in your Kali or any of your Linux. You have to just then go sudo, just put sudo apt get installed and dcfldd cfldd. I have already installed, so it won't install again, right? So for you, installation will proceed. Okay. Now I will. So basically, you will say what's the difference between DD and DCFLDD. So DCFLDD basically has some new features, like it can log errors to one output file. It can also split the outputs in different files, right? So even if you are like giving input as a pen drive, but you can split outputs. Previously, we got only for one input, we got one output, one image output. You can split that. So we will be, I will be like showing you exactly. I will be basically give my pen drive as input now, as I did earlier. But during output phase, I will split that output disk images into 4 disk images, and their nomenclature will be you can see that, and I will tell you, it is very interesting. So uh, okay, so now I will show you the working of dcfldd command. So I will just paste it command here. It's quite big. So basically, I will explain you. This is, it's input uh, hash, the algorithm which you will be using. Here, I will calculate both hashes, MD5 as well as SHA. So you can just give comma and between the name of hashing algorithms. Hash window is 2G. So 2G means I will tell you that also the MD5 log. So where you want to store the MD5 hash, same for SHA hash, then hash converse, and here block size is 4K. Here this is see a hash convert equals to after means after executing the whole command completely it will calculate hash. Okay, and here this you already know as per the previous commands. Split equal to 2G means here we will be one split will be of size 2GB, right? So for my 8GB pen drive I need 4, right? So you can see split format. This is quite important. Split format equal to AA. Now what AA means? AA means their output files. There will be 4 output files, and the names of them will be AA, AB, AC, AD. Okay, and I will show you the let it execute first. I didn't, I think, insert status equal to progress, but let's see, it's working, so it's fine. This command is also means developed by Department of Defense. DD command is also developed by them. Basically, this is like advanced version of that command, right? So you can actually in this command, so in dcfldd you can even redirect or pipe the logs or error logs into different files. So it is very like useful feature, right? You will get all error logs in one file in separate files, so it's good. sometimes what happens that uh, you won't sometimes see hash values. Wait a minute. Okay, so sometimes you don't see hash values even after this command executes completely, because you are giving here the this option after, right? And the problem sometimes happens, right, that if I have, let's say, means if there are no proper, I will say, output files generated, then it won't calculate hash properly, and it happens with me already and lot of times. So I'm telling you that your split and your split size matters a lot. So execution is completed. So now let's see, it has stored the output files in slash COIP. I have already opened this, and here you will see the 4 files created. You can see these 4 files, and see the extension .aa, .ab, .ac, .ad. So these are the disk. So basically what it did, it split it output into 4 files, 1 2 3 4. And here you can see MD5. It also created the MD5 hash, SHA hash, as per the options we provided, right? So this is dcfldd. Now I will show you, I will say, dc3dd. So dc3dd, dc3dd. So this is also basically, I will say, basically this command and this command both are actually same, but this dc3dd is based on the newer version of dd command. So you can say all these commands are developed by Department of Defense. So, and all are basically, I will say, in one or another I will say, they share, or they uh, they share a lot of features in between. But problem was, this DCFL was based on the older version of dd. Later on, they like changed the dd command itself, and this dc3dd is improvement on that newer dd. So this is quite, this is, I will say, the advanced dd command. So it has a lot of similar features, right? So and okay, you have to install it again, like sudo apt, uh, sudo apt get install and dc3, no wait, dc3dd. Okay, I have already installed, so again no need to install again. So now I will explain you dc3dd command. So dcc3dd command is also developed by Department of Defense, and it has like strong similarities with dcfldd. So basically both of those commands are actually derived from dd command itself. Basically they are improvements of that dd command. So let's say dc3dd command. So dc3dd, and input file will be my pen drive. So it will be /a/scv. Fine, and I will specify output on desktop. So home, uh, homes, maybe desktop, and let's say I will name the image like let's say dc3dd pd image dot dd. Fine. And let's calculate hash also. So hash value, hash equal to md5, let's say, and log. So we can even store log. So let's say I will store log on desktop. So home cvp desktop, and log file will be like dc3dd pd log dot log, extension is dot log. Okay, and execute. So it will execute now. So command execution is done successfully, and you can see various differences in previous commands outputs, and this dc3dd this out. So here you can see the MD5 hash is directly given here. It also tells you is there any bad sector, or it will even replace that with 0. So and now let's see our actual output. So it is in desktop. Okay, so here you can see the log file and image file, and the image file size is 7.8 GB. You can see here, and this is a log file, so it's just a log file, right? So that's it. This. So today basically what we learn is we learned uh, three main commands for data acquisition. One is dd, second is dcfldd, and third one is dc3dd. All three are developed by Department of Defense. They are used in daily life. So a lot of computer forensic investigators still use these commands, and they are helpful. You already saw, right? So that's it for today.